Since 1966, the International Book Project has been committed to providing educational opportunities to those who desire and deserve to learn. Throughout the developing world, and even in some places in the U.S., there are simply no books. And without books, people are left with little or no resources to expand their knowledge or even use their imaginations. As we provide books, we have a unique opportunity to build connections between our donors and our book recipients. Global cooperation becomes more important every day. These relationships remind people that we share a close connection as members of the human race and that together we can accomplish more. Since our founding, IBP has specialized in hand-selected book shipments. While ideal for some very small schools, these shipments have only made a dent in the massive need for reading material in other larger schools. Because these shipments reach the most remote areas and serve smaller schools that are so often overlooked by larger aid organizations, we'll continue to supply some books in this manner. However, our focus is now shifting toward larger shipments that involve the entire community. Because pallets represent a relatively low cost of shipping per book, we're focusing on this size of shipment. These projects also require the participation and cooperation of the community that will receive the pallet. The International Book Project encourages communities to take responsibility and work together to provide necessary educational resources. In order to receive a pallet, a community must contribute financially and physically by preparing a proper space for the books and making sure they'll be available to everyone, especially those who have been traditionally excluded from learning. We're relying on our donor base to provide the matching funds for these projects. In this way, the International Book Project is adhering to our mission of providing educational opportunities, helping others become self-reliant, and even promoting cross-cultural friendships by creating global partnerships. The International Book Project is successful because we leverage the relationships we have with partners and publishers. We have always made it a priority to work closely with our partners to provide the books they request, not the books we feel they should have. All of our books are donated and sorted for quality and relevance. We also receive a large amount of book donations from publishers McGraw-Hill and Pearson, allowing us to donate new and quality used textbooks to communities which would never be able to afford them otherwise. Another unique aspect of the International Book Project is our commitment to global friendships. Not only do we connect our donors with our recipients, we also have a pen pal program called Books as Bridges that links classrooms in the U.S. to our book recipient partners for a culture exchange and service learning experience. Finally, the International Book Project is committed to efficiency. We operate with a very lean budget, and we are always working to find the most cost-effective shipping methods. With a very small staff, the International Book Project sends books to over 200 partners every year. We rely heavily on our volunteer base and pride ourselves on being flexible. Everyone at the International Book Project shares a passion for providing educational opportunities. Working with our partners has proven to be the most effective tool available to the International Book Project. We have found some of our most cost-efficient shipping methods by using advice from schools and organizations in our partner countries. We work closely with them to determine their needs. IBP also relies on local partnerships to meet the needs of many of our recipients, from large organizations like the Peace Corps to our Ghanaian shipping partner out of a small town in Kentucky, to the foundations and donors who support us financially. Each partnership makes it possible for us to serve more people around the world. In the nonprofit community, it's essential to cooperate with one another and share the limited resources available. The International Book Project's staff and supporters are proud to forge such partnerships and work together to create positive change. While we do conduct quantitative and qualitative research to measure our efficiency, we currently operate mainly on the powerful anecdotal evidence we receive. Teachers, school administrators, and even students write to the International Book Project every day to express their gratitude and request more books for their library. From these stories and from occasional evaluation trips abroad, we learn that books from the International Book Project are the only books sitting on the shelves in many organizations. You'll find books with pictures that encourage children to use their imaginations. Our books inspire a young teen to read just for fun or give insight to the student studying English. We even distribute books that teach medical professionals the most up-to-date surgical methods. We've seen an innumerable amount of evidence that depicts the need for our books, and until these requests cease, we'll do our best to meet this need. Because we're called the International Book Project, some people mistakenly believe that we only deliver books to other nations. In fact, IBP also developed a local donation program that serves projects in the U.S. It's somewhat of a different battle we're fighting here, because as our country embraces technology, reading for pleasure is being pushed aside. Our local donation program helps children identify themselves as book owners and therefore as lifelong readers. Studies have shown that this self-identification will encourage children to keep their minds active over summer breaks, preparing them for the new school year. IBP partners with organizations like Habitat for Humanity and Teach for America to get books in homes and help rebuild a culture of reading for pleasure. The International Book Project sends books in English, Spanish, and French when possible. IBP highly values culture and does not seek to invade the world with American ideologies through books written in English. Those who request books from us know what we have, and they request books based on that understanding. We do believe that our future of providing learning and literacy tools electronically will lend the power to provide these materials in all languages. The International Book Project has grown and adapted since 1966, each year finding more efficient ways to serve more people. We're very proud of the accomplishments that we see in every photo of smiling children, knowing that we're helping to ensure they get an education. IBP provides 20 to 40,000 books with every sea container shipped. They require a lot of logistics and a very experienced partner to receive them. Once they arrive, there are enough books to fill a community library and even a few schools. We're very proud that IBP sends 8 to 12 of these shipments each year while continuing to meet the needs of our smaller partners. Most of our challenges in providing books to the developing world come directly from the actual delivery of the books. This includes the cost of shipping and then getting the books through customs. It's difficult to serve individuals who know little about importing. Oftentimes, hiring a customs agent proves to be the best, though sometimes costly, solution. Another obstacle that we've found, both here and abroad, is that no matter how hard a teacher works or how many books are sitting in a classroom, without a culture of reading, the students won't use the books to their full potential. To combat this lack of interest, IBP is committed to sending books that are fun to read, in addition to academic texts. We're always sending, and therefore always need, library books that attract kids' interests. With additional resources, the International Book Project would develop our inspiring blueprint for the future. To begin, we're researching the possibilities of preparing our international partners to take advantage of evolving technologies such as electronic readers. In most cases, this is going to require installation of basic utilities like electricity. This cannot happen without the investment of the local community, but IBP will support their efforts. After these needs are met, IBP will elaborate on our Books as Bridges program to develop classroom partnerships to video chat and share culture electronically. In most cases, this will require computers to be supplied and will need appropriate financial or in-kind assistance. To be a part of the exchange, overseas partners will be responsible for the upkeep of the electricity costs and for the coordination of the program in their schools. In the world of promoting literacy, there's always room for improvement. This is especially true as technology establishes its functionality in the literacy arena. Because of the ever-changing nature of how people learn, it's somewhat difficult to project exactly how the International Book Project will serve them. One thing that our supporters can count on is that the International Book Project is working hard every day to adapt our program, and we're committed to improving lives. We are only able to do this with your partnership and support.